In John Noble Wilford's non-fiction book, The Mapmakers, 1981, a captivating history of mapmaking unfolds, showcasing the work of various cartographers, geographers, and explorers throughout different eras, spanning from ancient Greece to the contemporary age of space exploration. This insightful book was even nominated for the National Book Award for History. One of the earliest mapmakers featured in the book is Eratosthenes, born in 276 BC, and credited with pioneering geography as a discipline. As the chief librarian at the Great Library of Alexandria, Egypt, Eratosthenes made a groundbreaking discovery by accurately calculating the Earth's circumference. Using the angle of the sun's rays at noon in Alexandria and Syene, he arrived at a measurement of approximately 44,100 kilometers, which was remarkably close to the true circumference of 40,075 kilometers, deviating only by about 10%. Despite basing his calculations on some flawed assumptions, his achievement marked a significant advancement in mapmaking. In the 2nd century, another influential figure in the field emerged, the Greek mathematician Ptolemy. Although his world map contained inaccuracies, it became widely influential. Unlike earlier mapmakers who depicted countries based on their perceived importance, Ptolemy aimed to portray them according to their actual proportional size, using mathematical calculations. However, throughout the medieval era, mapmakers continued the traditional practice of enlarging important regions. It wasn't until 1407, when Ptolemy's Geographia was translated from Greek to Latin in the Western world, that mapmakers started to represent countries more accurately. This shift in approach coincided with the Age of Discovery, a period during which Europeans began to realize the true vastness of the world through their explorations and encounters with previously unknown lands. In 1492, Christopher Columbus embarked on a series of transatlantic voyages that introduced the American continents to the political and economic systems of the Old World. Ferdinand Magellan and Juan Sebastian Elcano followed suit in 1519, successfully circumnavigating the globe and charting the world's oceans. Wilford's book also profiles other notable explorers, such as Giovanni de Verrazzano, who explored the Atlantic coast of North America from Florida to New Brunswick, and Captain James Cook, who meticulously mapped islands like Newfoundland, Hawaii, and New Zealand. George Vancouver's expeditions resulted in the detailed charting of the coasts of Oregon, Washington, British Columbia, and Alaska. While primarily focused on mapmakers, Wilford's book also highlights significant individuals who contributed to the history of cartography. One such figure is John Harrison, an English clockmaker born in 1693. Recognizing the great problem of calculating a ship's longitudinal position at sea, Harrison dedicated himself to developing a precise marine chronometer, or sea watch. Through intricate design and relentless work between 1730 and 1759, his sea watch allowed navigators to accurately determine their longitudinal location in relation to Greenwich Mean Time, ultimately reducing the risk of shipwrecks and other nautical disasters. As exploration of the oceans continued, other adventurers turned their attention to mapping the interior geography of America. Among them, Charles Mason and Jeremiah Dixon, English surveyors, earned renown for their efforts to establish the boundary between the colonies of Pennsylvania and Maryland between 1763 and 1768. Mason and Dixon, armed with state-of-the-art surveying tools, braved the dangers of the American frontier. However, the most significant American expedition of the era occurred between 1804 and 1806, led by Captain Meriwether Lewis and 2nd Lieutenant William Clark. Under the orders of President Thomas Jefferson, they journeyed from Camp Du Bois in Illinois to Seaside, Oregon on the west coast of the United States. Their mission was to document the geography, plant and animal life, and various American Indian tribes of the American West, with the goal of strengthening the United States' claim on the region and preventing European powers from taking control. Another remarkable and challenging endeavor, although less well-known in America, was the Great Trigonometrical Survey of India. This ambitious project spanned 7 decades, from 1802 to 1871, and involved 4 different superintendents. Its objective was to map the entire subcontinent of India, including measuring the heights of the colossal Himalayan mountains, such as Kanchenjunga, K2, and Everest, named after George Everest, the project's second superintendent. The surveyors made significant scientific discoveries beyond cartography, including detecting and measuring gravitational anomalies that contributed to the theoretical understanding that the Earth's crust rests on its mantle in a state of gravitational equilibrium. The book concludes by chronicling contemporary cartographical endeavors, including ongoing efforts to map the ocean floor and the geography of Mars. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.